anybody else. Anybody.
All Sound Production. All Sound Production. All Sound Production.
This is my state, this is my team. You know what that means. This is for the black and blue that I bleed. This is for the chance to bring home that ring. But everybody gonna doubt this. So far there ain't been another way around it. We bring heat to the game each week. They just say we ain't got what it takes, we ain't bout it. Well, y'all can just keep saying that we ain't gonna make it, but at the end of the day, this'll be the Panthers nation. You know, this ain't a game to us major players at every angle that you can think of. That's why you hate us. Get out the way of greatness. You can look at our faces and see the blood, sweat, and tears that it took to create this. Yeah, I know what you're thinking, but you can save it. Cause even on the darkest of days, you know we're always gonna find a way to tell them what we gonna do, we gotta
Up, everybody, we are live. and it is a crazy, crazy Monday. But I am happy, healthy, and well, and I hope you guys are too. Let's get this stream rolling, shall we? We are multi-streaming on Facebook as well as YouTube, so make some noise in chat and put that keep pounding in chat, man. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. Man, I just saw where we have now. Let me see the sub count right now. I just want to say thank y'all, man. What an honor. What an honor and a blessing. You know, to be where I am right now with this channel. I mean, we're at 422 subs now. You guys are incredible. Thank you so much. Dude. I could not ask for a better community right now, and I love you guys so much. You guys are all family to me, and you know, I am so excited to be able to do what I'm doing. And there's no better place to be in the mornings in August than in Wofford, South Carolina. I gotta say that, man. I've gotta say it. Y'all are killing it. Y'all are killing it. Y'all are absolutely killing it right now. And in a good way. And I think we start this off with where is that coming from? Where is that coming from? I can't figure out where it's coming from, y'all. I did not. What? Yeah, sorry about that. That was not supposed to happen. CBS has like a video thing on their page, and I was trying to figure out where the heck that was coming from. Can't stop it from playing. Alright, anyway. Hi. That's all I can tell you right now. Is hi. Alright, let's get into this. Tom Brady got so angry at practice that he cussed out the offense, slammed his helmet, and punted a football for 45 yards. I think that's hilarious. I think it's absolutely hilarious. You know, I get what he's frustrated. I do. And Bruce has a low tolerance for nonsense too, so you know, it's a thing. But it was a 2-minute drive thing, and it stops with a sack and a couple of interceptions. Tom Brady slams his helmet. Got to make a bleeping play when you're tired, fellas. You know, and that's what I say to our offensive line too. You gotta keep doing what you're doing, whether you're tired or not. There's no excuses, right? This is really annoying me. I apologize about the video going in the background. If that causes a copyright, I'm gonna be so frustrated. But yeah. This is hilarious. And Brady was quoted as saying, "It's training camp. It's a grind. We got to grind through it. We're gonna have bad days. We're gonna have good days. We got to come out tomorrow with more urgency, get the job done." Brady turns 44 Tuesday. Maybe he'll go easy on his teammates because it's his birthday, but probably not. Bruh, CBS, you killing me with this. You killing me with this, man. Oh my lord. You killing me, man. That's fantastic. To see that on your news feed is just like, what? And everybody here knows I'm no fan of Tom Brady at all. Never have been, never will be. And this just shows, how much of an actual spineless person he is. And again, y'all want this man repping the entire NFL, being a role model for the kids? I'm just saying. Yeah, he might have 6 rings, but do y'all want him representing the league and being a role model for the newer generation? I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyway, let's talk Panther stuff, man. Let's talk Panther stuff. We got Robbie Anderson catching a one-handed pass today from Sam Darnold. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Robbie. That's how you come back. That man was not in Fan Day, as far as I know. But dude, I saw that in person and I said, "Ooh, that's fire." And the Panthers social media team had to post that. They had to. It was too fire not to, man. It really was. I'm about to share that on the page, actually. Y'all, that is nuts. We gonna look at it in a few minutes here. Oh my god. Dude. And here's the thing, man. That fired up everybody on the team. That's the influence that Robbie Anderson has. That one-handed catch inspired the entire team to go hard today. Everybody. I'm talking O lineman, I'm talking D lineman, I'm talking pass rusher, the whole 9 yards. Everybody went hard today. It was competitive. I saw the fire in today's practice, and it was beautiful. That was ridiculous. And what's even better is he caught it barehanded too. He didn't have gloves on. That's why I was just like, what? Your boy's got hands. He's showing them off today. So, the people on Panthers.com were taking a look at Taylor Moton today. Let's see what they said. So, uh, previously the Panthers have worked Taylor Moton at left tackle in camp out of curiosity. Monday was more out of necessity. With Cameron Irving out of practice and nursing a shoulder injury, Dennis Daly excused to deal with a family matter. Moton got his most extensive work of camp on the left side. And here's the thing. Matt Rule said, yeah, I didn't notice Taylor, which is a good thing. He said with a laugh. And that's exactly it. Here's the thing with linemen, offensive linemen. There's only two things that can happen with an offensive lineman. One, actually three. One, they do nothing at all, and they don't stand out at all, which is what you want. Two, they do an excellent job, and they get the job done, which Taylor Moton has done. They stand out, they're positive, they're Pro Bowlers. They just get the job done. They don't say much, they just get it done. And three, you call upon these people for a negative way, which, aka Rimmers, we ain't gonna get into him, but, you know, I'm just citing an example, right? Now, those are the three ways that offensive linemen are either noticed or not noticed. That's what happens with offensive linemen. And the best thing you could possibly have as an offensive lineman is to not be noticed. Because the more you're noticed, typically it's a bad thing. But in this case, it's a good thing. Because Taylor Moton is just a monster. He's a tank out there. And in this case, he did two of the three things. He didn't get the coach's attention. He didn't get my attention or anyone else's out there. And he got the job done without doing anything that caused any negativity towards attention towards him in that way. So, you know, bravo to Taylor Moton, man. That's a Pro Bowler. I say that man is going to be another Pro Bowler this year. I'm calling it right now. Whether he's a left tackle, whether he's over on the right side, doesn't matter. This man's going to be a Pro Bowler. I'm not even worried about Taylor. What I am concerned about is this injury with Cameron Irving. We haven't even gotten out of camp yet. We've already got an injury at left tackle. Like, are you kidding me right now? Is this a joke? We spent money in free agency, got Brady Christensen, we got Deontay Brown, and we still got injuries in training camp on the left side of the line. What is going on over there? I don't get it. Somebody help me out with this one because I don't get it. How we've already got injuries when we got out of camp yet. That is that mechanics? Is that just poor technique? What's going on, man? Because how do you have a shoulder injury on the offensive line already? That really concerns me right there. That's a red flag going into these preseason games. If we don't find a way to get a lid on some of these injuries, man. On the offensive line, it's not going to end well for the regular season because that's going to translate into the regular season and it's never going to end well. So Rule said this would be good film because it wasn't a ton of reps, but it was live. First time we've seen him really in pads playing left tackle. I'd have to see the tape before I said anything, to be honest. That's fair. That is completely fair. So, for anyone that wanted him at left tackle, there you go. You're getting your wish in training camp. Now, will this man start at left tackle? No way. No way. Nuh-uh. No way. He needs to stay on the right side where he's successful at. Now, can he be a reliable emergency backup left tackle? I could see it. I could definitely see it. Okay. Excuse the yawn. I'm tired. It's been a long, long month. I'm just, training camp takes it out of you. But, this makes a lot of sense when you look at, the first team offensive line where Sam Darnold was being chased. I mean, literally chased. At least twice every 7-on-7 drill that he did today. And it looked like the pressure was coming from the right side of the defensive line. I could be wrong. But I think that pressure was coming from the right side. This would explain a lot. I was wondering what was going on there. Because I figured, we got Taylor over there. We should be perfectly fine. Oh, oof. Oof, excuse me, guys. It was a late practice today. I didn't. I gotta get my drink on right now. Get myself energized here. All right. All right, so this article says if Daly had been there, Moton might not have gotten as much work there. But Daly is also a versatile player who can plug into 4 spots. And Rule referred to him as a uniquely powerful guard. Wow. How y'all feel about that one? How y'all feel about hearing that about Dennis Daly? You like that? You don't like it? How you feeling about that? That's interesting. Alright. So this goes on to say it talks about Robbie Anderson. The touchdown came after a play action fake by Darnold. Sam just threw it up and it just got stuck. Simple as that. Robbie Anderson. Yeah. It's so hot. Your hands get all wet. So I feel like if I can catch without gloves, I can catch with them. Yeah. Yeah, true. True, my man. let's see. And here we go. The Panthers were without 12 players in practice Monday between injuries and excused absences. The most that have been out of this camp. And rule says Perryman is still a ways away, leaving them thin at linebacker. Shaq's back. Carter had an interception today as well. And that depth really, really did get challenged today. I agree with this website writer here. I was watching a little bit of that. And I was wondering who got that pick. And it did turn out it was our guy Jermaine Carter here. So that's awesome. You like to see it when linebackers get those picks and when they challenge that roster spot and really push for it. So, backups Julian Stanford and Clay Johnston were each wearing red jerseys, and Johnson had a small walking boot on his right foot. Oof. That's pushed rookie Patty Fisher and newcomers Nate Hall, and Jonathan Silliston into more practice reps. Now, I'm going to take a look at Nate Hall in just a minute, but and Patty Fisher as well, because those two were signed yesterday, I believe. Yeah, I didn't really get a chance to see them on Sunday because I wasn't there. I had something else scheduled that day, but I did get a look at them today. And in addition to the players mentioned above, wide receivers Keith Kirkwood, Kershawn Hogan, cornerback AJ, and Miles Hartsfield, running back Darius Clark, defensive tackle Karan Reed, weren't practicing fully or at all. Folks, that's a lot of injuries. That's a lot of injuries. We haven't even played one preseason game yet. This is concerning. Do you notice that they're all happening in positions that we are potentially weak in? And that's happened. It's been a pattern for the last 4 or 5 years. And I'm starting to be a little concerned about that. I don't know about y'all, but this, again, we got to get a lid on this. There's got to be something we can do to get a lid on this. Otherwise, it's going to carry on into preseason, and then preseason carries on into regular season where we have injuries and we're thin at certain positions. And I'm going to tell you something. Preseason, it's going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. It's not going to get better. Those injuries are going to keep piling up. Preseason, they go hard, man. These guys are trying for roster spots. This ain't no flag football league up in here, man. They go hard. And we already got 12 people. I would venture to say like 6 of them right now. 6 of them. Already injured. How much do you think is going to be on that injured list after the Colts game? How many of them? We got to get these guys back in shape. I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you. But we're in a certain spot where if we don't get a lid on it, it's going to be another one of those seasons. And what's worse is that carries over into star players getting hurt. You know, by week 3, we have at least one star player injured. And I'm not trying to jinx this team. I'm not. This is literally a fact. Every single year since 2015. You could look it up. I have been so frustrated with that. And there's just nothing we can do about it. You know, it's football related injuries. You know, and you got shoulder injury on Cameron Irving. That makes me wonder, how did he get that injury? That really makes me wonder about that one. I just keep coming back to that one and I'm going, huh? Because you look at the types of drills that they've been doing on the offensive line and you think there's no way you should have a hurt shoulder after all that. Maybe after 7-on-7 drills, maybe after 11-on-11s, but well, they don't put offensive linemen in the 7-on-7, so it would have to be the 11-on-11s or some type of weird offensive line drill that they were doing where he would have gotten a shoulder injury or something off the field. So I'm going, how does this happen? If we can start to get an idea of how these injuries happen and just document them, just get an idea and try to find patterns. If we can find patterns, we can start to solve the problem a little bit. Or at least make a dent in it. We're not going to solve the problem loosely, but, you know, we could at least make a dent in it. Because injuries are what cost us seasons. Really. We're set at 8 wins a year, mainly because of injuries. The injury bug, just, let's be real, it kicks our butt. The injury bug just kicks our butt every year. But yeah, I'd like to find some way to put a dent in that. And that's the only way I know how to start doing that, is to try to document it and figure out where these injuries are coming from. Exercise, or we could change some sort of drill, you know, to where, you know, we can prevent some of those. By all means, whatever we have to do. We are so thin at linebacker right now. It's scary. We're walking into that Colts game in about, 3-4 days without... Oh my God, man. The fact that we have to try to experiment Taylor Moton on the left side of the offensive line already, and we haven't even... It's fine if we tried to experiment without injuries. I have no problem with that. You know, you're in training camp, everybody's doing fine. You know, sub him out, see what he does. I'm cool with that. But the fact that we have to sub him out, sub him over there because we have injuries, here we go again. Here we go again, folks. It's a whole nother season of who's going to stay healthy. And who's not. It's a huge magical guessing game right now. I swear. It's getting to the point where you could literally put Vegas betting odds on who's going to get injured next on this team. That's a star player. And I hate that. that is not the reputation we need to have if we want to try to compete and get wild card and eventually play for a Super Bowl at some point down the road. I'll tell you what is a great mentality to have. Don't beat ourselves. Love that. Whoever came up with that, I literally want to give you a freaking hug. Because that is just the most genius thing I've seen. And it's the most simple thing. Don't beat ourselves. It's so simplistically brilliant. And I just hope it works. I really hope it works. Because the last 4 or 5 years, we've made a career out of beating ourselves. Not only letting our opponent beat us, but beating ourselves too. So, I love that this is installed and this is becoming a prominent thing every day of training camp. I love it. So we got a multi-stream here with YouTube and Facebook. So I'm reading off the Facebook chat now. Corey McKinney just hopping on. What did I miss? You missed injury information, and we also talked about Robbie Anderson with the one-handed catch, barehanded. So with that in mind, we're gonna jump into the tight end position has been looking real nice. Let's talk about something positive here. With the tight ends, Dan Arnold's been killing it, man. I love it. I love it. Man, every day of training camp this week, I have seen Dan Arnold make at least one play, if not two. And I'm very, very happy to see that. All right, so Ian Thomas got a touchdown today as well. You know, I mean, the tight ends are trending up. There's no doubt about it. Now, my question is Tommy Tremble. I don't have anything negative to say about the tight ends right now. It's just questions. You know, it's Tommy Tremble. His blocking's fine. I have no problem with his blocking. Run blocking, great. That's what he's known for. That's half the reason we signed the man. The other half of it, you know, you got to be able to go out there and make some catches. You got to be able to pass block when called upon, you know, and create lanes for Christian McCaffrey and DJ Moore and whoever else that we decide that we want to run sweep plays with, you know, or whatever running plays you want to sub in to the outside. Or even just screen plays. You know, he's got to be able to handle that responsibility over there successfully if we're going to start him. And I'm going to be real with you, and I don't think Ian Thomas is ready for that blocking part of it. But catching, oh yeah. Oh yeah, the man's got hands. He didn't really display it that much last year because he wasn't thrown to that much. But yes, he does have hands. I can confirm that because I've seen it in training camp in 19 and a little bit in the preseason games in 20. Before the season even started, you saw him catch some balls and do a really good job and earn that starting job last year. Now, we're going to move on to running backs. Now, running backs, Christian McCaffrey's balling out as usual. No questions there, no issues there, nothing. The dude's just a monster. We've already solidified that's number 1 spot. Reggie Bonnafon's going to be number 2. Now, if you've been watching Reggie Bonnafon in training camp, he's been impressing me. And, I've been happy with him for the past couple of years that he's been in camp. And he really knows how to open up those lanes and push. And he's getting stronger and stronger every year. So, I'm not saying that he's ready to be starter material, but, the dude is, if he was on another team, he probably would be starter material depending on the team. But he's getting there. Slowly but surely, he is improving every single year, consistently. And that's the types of players that I enjoy watching every year at camp. Because I love seeing that improvement. And they talked about that, even if it's just 1% improvement, it's still improvement, man. It is. Now, Trenton Cannon, I've got questions about. But let's get to Chuba Hubbard here, man. Because, was it Chuba that had that fumble? I seem to remember it was him. Where it was a forced fumble. I've been happy with him so far. I think he is good. I think he was a great pickup. So let's go to chat here. And I'll read the Facebook comment first because it's got more substance here. I think it's so dope that Robbie practices without gloves. I played wide receiver and always thought if you could catch without gloves, it'll help you catch with them in game situations. I'm glad I'm not the only one that thinks that way. Absolutely. And this comes from Corey McKinney here. Another comment from him. And I'm not sure if I agree. Chuba may be number 2. Chuba is a monster. We'll just have to see. We'll have to see. I think it's a tight competition there between Reggie and Chuba. But right now, I would have to say Bonnefon's got the slight edge. If I had to put out a depth chart right now, I'd say Bonnefon's got the edge. Not by much, but he's been really rocking it this year in training camp. So, over to YouTube chat here. We got Kello Official. I just joined. Who are you talking about? Yeah, Chuba fumbled. I thought so. I thought that was him. I wasn't there on Sunday, so I didn't see who it was. I was just going off information that was on the websites and, Kevin Avery's information off the 4-Man Rush website. So I kind of just fed off whatever people give me when I'm not there. Sam has been doing better in camp than Zach Wilson. Week 1 should be a win. Absolutely. I saw, just before I jumped on stream, as a matter of fact, I saw the story that Big Cat put up about Zach Wilson in New York. And he threw like 2 picks or something like that and is really struggling. And he's really frustrated right now. Okay, I'm gonna toot my own horn a little bit here, but I told you so. Do y'all remember when we were in draft time? And I kept saying throughout the entire draft time, the Jets always choose the wrong quarterback. Always. It's just, I don't I don't understand it. I don't understand it. You got Justin Fields. You got. I don't get it. How do you have all of those good quarterbacks and you choose the wrong one every single time? Oh, Lord help me with this Jets management. I'm telling you. Dumbest management in the NFL. By far. It's not even close. The Browns were number 2 for a while. But yeah, the Jets are just so god awful. I just really hope that we got all the good players off the Jets team and not any of the bad ones when we've been picking off that tree. Because even just a couple of bad fruit from that tree could lead to some bad things on this team. So let's just hope we got all the good players. I think we did. But they really just don't have anything. Anything. We took all their good people. Yeah, history repeats itself. Exactly, Callum. Man. The Jets choose the wrong offensive line consistently, too. Their management is horrible. Yup. Facts. Big facts. Dude, I keep saying it. Every time. Every time we get to draft time. It's just embarrassing. If you're in the Jets management right now, they got a new coach, they got new management, they got new everything, and they still choose the wrong people. Is that ownership? Like, I don't get it. Thank God that's not our problem. That's not our problem anymore. You know, Jets fans, good luck with that one. That's all I can tell you. But yeah, that's going to be a win. Absolutely. I'm going to say J.C. Horn's going to get a pick in that game. I'm going to say that we're going to have at least 4 pass breakups by J.C. Horn. He's going to have a day. And everybody's going to be hyping him up, you know, because he's J.C. Horn, you know. But I do want to caution you against riding the hype train too early. One, it's the Jets. 2, everybody's been hyping him up. And, you know, every time we see a hyped up player in training camp going into preseason, either they don't measure up or they just fall off the map completely. Or there's a few rare exceptions, and JC might be one of them, where he breaks out and does really, really well this year. And I'm really hoping that happens. Because I think, you know, I've been watching him for the entire camp now, and I love JC right now. I love it. I love every minute of that coverage that he's putting out there. I'm not going to say he's the next Josh Norman, but he's getting up there. He has that potential that Norman had as a rookie. You know, when you measure the two of them, you know, side by side, he's got that potential for sure. He's got the competitive drive. It's there. It's absolutely there. He's just got to work on the holding. But I think, you know, beyond that, he's golden. We're going to see Dante Jackson and J.C. Horn starting out the season. I can guarantee you that. Now, who is going to be our number 3 corner? That's the question I've got to ask. And it's not going to be Troy Pride. I know that. Because he's been on the hot seat. So, who is it going to be? You know, uh, I'm not sure. I'm honestly not sure because Troy Pride Jr. is improving. I will say that, and I'll say it loosely because I'm not thrilled with his coverage at the moment. Never have been, but you know, I think with a little time, give him a little time. Let's see what happens. Yeah, he's improved even that 1% during training camp this year. So yeah, give him the benefit of the doubt for sure. Um, to be fair, Sam has a great offense around him, and Louisville probably won't see the field enough to hurt our defense. True, true, very true. Um, you know, shout out to Danny Smith that was checking out the Facebook stream. Um, you know, but the linebacking core is a concern right now. As thin as we are, that's a concern. I don't like that we're that thin going into the Colts game. Um, well, we'll jump back to corner here with this comment. AJ will start nickel and Pride Jr. will back him up IMO. Melvin will be our backup outside corner. Yeah, I could see that. I could definitely see that. I'm not thrilled with Troy Pride right now, but we'll see what happens. He did have a good December, of last year. So we'll just have to see what happens with him. Yeah, I have a lot of question marks concerning that coverage though. And I just notice him he's giving the wide receivers space, which is not good. You know, you think like 2 feet of space is not good if you're a corner and you're trying to stick a wide receiver, especially deep ball wise. It's not good. You got to get up on that body. You got to try to knock that ball down. You got to get aggressive. And I'm just not seeing that. Yeah, I saw it a little bit the other day in Fan Day. I saw it a little bit on what was it? I want to say earlier last week. I saw it. Yeah, I saw flashes of it, but it's just not tight enough coverage. Uh, and you go back to that DB coach drills, that I posted a video of. The dude does an excellent job. Let me see if I can find his name, actually. I want to give this guy proper credit for the job he's doing right now, because if you've been at camp and you've listened to this man coaching, right in front of you, he will tell you exactly what you're doing wrong, what you should be doing, what you're not doing right, and why it's important that you should be doing this correctly. And what happens if you don't? He makes it perfectly clear. If you screw up, this is what happens. That's a ball coach. That's a freaking ball coach. He's an attention to detail ball coach, and I love it. That's the type of coach that gets me excited to watch, during camps. But yeah, he's a great coach, and I really Let's see if I can find his name. Hold on. 1 second, guys. Coaches. It's DB's coach. That's the one I want. Yeah, it was Evan Cooper, man. Evan Cooper's been doing a fantastic job. Y'all show some love to this man. For real. He's killing it out there. I'm seeing every bit of the aggressiveness of the coach, you know, but also he understands, these guys are human beings, so they're going to make mistakes, but he uses it as a teaching tool. And that's what's beautiful about this. That's coaching done right. You see all these coaches that are just like, well, we'll make an excuse for this guy or this guy or this guy because they're a Pro Bowler. No, not him. Not him. And that's how you can tell that this guy's going to be around on our staff for a long, long time. It's beautiful. Let's see. Last comment here from Corey McKinney says, agree to disagree. That's the difference between press and off-ball coverage. Just because someone isn't playing press doesn't mean they can't play right. Off-ball coverage is about respecting the wide receiver speed so you don't get beat deep. True. It really depends on what type of coverage the man's supposed to. And Troy does play a lot of off-ball coverage. I have noticed that. But there are times where you'd like to see that aggressiveness there. And some of these guys just didn't go for the ball. They didn't get aggressive enough to go for the pass breakups. They didn't get the interceptions that they could have gotten. Troy was one of them. So, that's why we're rolling with a whole new group of corners, realistically. And, besides Dante Jackson and, of course, Troy Pride Jr. Was I thrilled when Troy stayed on the roster last year? Not really. But I can't get mad because he actually had a good December. So, you can't boot him up for that. So, it's not a total reset. That's the thing. And let's take a look at some of these transactions here. We've had a few. 28th. Okay. We want August 8th and 9th. Those are the two we want. And you'll notice in my videos that I haven't really been announcing the new signings because most of these guys are probably not going to stick that have been announced. If they do, then that's awesome. But if they don't, then, no big deal on not announcing them. So I don't really care. Last year I did care, and I really put my foot to the grindstone and tried to get all these names announced and everything else. But now I'm starting to kind of take my foot off the gas pedal a little bit and say, let's just watch these guys and see, about 9/10 of them aren't going to make it. So why bother, really? But if it's a major move, like Rod Smith, of course, I'm going to announce that one. And you'll see all of these roster signings get posted on my Facebook page, which I'm also streaming to right now. So, once all of these active moves are being posted there. So if you don't see them announced on YouTube, that's why. Is it fair to say Keith Taylor will make the active roster over Thomas Oliver III? I think that's what happens, and Thomas Oliver III ends up on the practice squad. I would actually agree with that. I think that's what's going to happen. I haven't been overly impressed by Thomas Oliver III, really. He hasn't caught my attention. He hasn't caught the coach's attention. And if you don't do either one, most likely you're either going to be on the practice squad or cut. That low on the totem pole. I mean, that's just what's going to happen. So, I think I agree with that. I haven't really seen enough from Keith Taylor to really warrant him being put on the 53 practice squad, definitely. But 53, that's a massive question mark that I'm not really ready to address yet. Because there's a lot of other positions that I'm looking at right now. But I'll keep an eye on him tomorrow, though. If they do DB drills tomorrow, I'm going to take a look at Keith. What number is he? That way I can make sure that I am absolutely sure to keep an eye on him. Keith Taylor, they just switched it around. Hold up. Keith Taylor is number 28. Okay. That means I have seen a good chunk of him, actually. Because there were a lot of situations where he was involved with 7-on-7 drills and 11-on-11s. So, he was actively involved. I saw some good plays from him. I think, again, that doesn't change my mind. I think practice squad for now until I see more of them this week. We got one more practice before they head to Indy, so I'll get one more look at him before they go to Indy. Number 28. I mean, we'll probably keep 5 corners, so yeah, exactly. I think keeping 5 corners is a wise idea right now, considering the amount of injuries. I also think keeping 3 quarterbacks is a good idea too, considering the injuries. Same with offensive tackle. I think that's a wise idea. And linebacker would be the other position that I would keep. As many linebackers on that roster as possible, up to 3 or 4. You gotta. I would even venture to say 5 comfortably, because you got to make sure these guys stay healthy and stay on the field. We've had so many injuries there that's going to become the area of focus, I think. I really hate to say that, but I think it will. I think that's the area where we're most going to need help before the trade deadline. And that's a scary thought. Because that used to be... Think about the linebackers that we used to have. Solidifying back there. We had Luke. Who else did we have back there? that was amazing. You know, Shaq was back there too. You know, the first year that we got him, and that was a real squad. You didn't want to mess with that. That was terrifying if you were a quarterback in the league. Like it terrified me. I'll tell you that much. And I'm a fan of this team. You got to think these offensive coordinators trying to find a way around that. Oof. That's not fun. That means a lot of hours in the film room. I can tell you that much. But now it's gone to our least dangerous spot on the defense, where we've got injuries galore. We're thin. It ain't looking too good. Quite the transition, right? Man. But the good news is we have solidified corner right at the moment. And we have solidified that defensive line. I'd like to see a little bit more out of the defensive tackles as far as run stopping, filling the gaps. But overall, I'm happy with them. I think we have a solid D-line. We have a solid pass rushing group here. They put heat on Sam Darnold today. Actually, the last few days, they put heat on Sam Darnold. He's had to roll out and really think about where he wants to throw that ball. You got Brian Burns and Perriman with that competition to see who can get more sacks. Or who was it? I think it was those two. I know Brian Burns was one of them. But yeah, that was pretty wild. What other positions do you feel like we should keep more players in because of injuries or depth reasons? I want to hear from you guys on that one. Drop some positions in chat here. I want to see this, and we'll talk about them. In the meantime, Steve Smith has his first year of eligibility for the Pro Football Hall of Fame. The GOAT, baby. Oh, man. If you were in the building when they announced his name and the fact that he was there, the electricity in that building was absolutely insane. The energy. Dude, you could feel it all around Charlotte. All around Charlotte, bro. Oh my god. That was so cool. And he did say us, man. He said it. You can't ignore it. He said us. Dude, Steve Smith, man. I managed to catch maybe 5 minutes of that Pro Football Hall of Fame thing. I had a lot going on, but I did see that the Steelers' old coach got into the Hall of Fame, and they revealed Peyton Manning's bust, I think, too. So that was amazing, seeing those two. And they both well deserve it. They've both had fantastic careers and deserve it. And I don't know how Panthers fans feel about me bringing up the name Peyton Manning right now. That one still stings. I know. I know it does. I know it stings. But hey, let's let's focus on something positive now then. Corey McKinney says O-line because of injuries. Absolutely. In response to my question. Abso-freaking-lutely. As far as I'm concerned, we can't have enough people on the offensive line in our 53-man roster for the O-line. We can't have enough. We've had so many injuries there, man. I can't stress that enough. You know, I want 3 offensive tackles. Bare minimum. If you want to put a 4th, that's fine with me too. I know it's going to take away from a position that we're strong in, but it's important to balance it out, I feel like. Because if we don't, we're going to be hurting ourselves by not doing it. And there's always that one roster move once we build our 53 that we end up regretting later on. There's always that one. By not building it up enough. And I feel like, again, that's going to be either a linebacker or offensive lineman. Depends on who gets injured. And I'm going to tell you, that Saints game is where injuries are going to start happening. Week 2. That's when it's going to start. They bring everything in the kitchen sink at us. And it would not surprise me to see a major star player get injured during week 2. I don't know who it would be. I hope it's nobody. I hope none of these guys get injured. God, it makes me worry so much when these guys go down with injuries, man. I hate it. I hate it so much. You know, makes my guts turn every time I see it. Especially when you see the stretcher. But the thing is, we could come out of that game with none. It's possible. I think if we are to have injuries, it could be in the probably the secondary. In the secondary. Because, let's face it, the Saints do have some weapons still. You know, they may not have their star wide receiver, they may not have Drew Brees anymore, but they've still got weapons. And they still have their head coach. So, you got to think, these guys are still going to be bringing it. You think they're just going to lay down just because they don't have Brees and they don't have Michael Thomas? You're dreaming. You think they're an easy kill shot just because they don't have both those players? You're dreaming. You know, so we have to treat that game as if those 2 players are still there. And take that as seriously as we did before. Otherwise, you know, that could be considered a trap game. It's a below-the-belt trap game if you're not careful. And even if we don't take that game, the thing I'm most concerned about is staying healthy. That early in the season, the most important thing is staying healthy. You know, we get that win off the Jets, we start feeling good, we go into the Saints game and just go, oh, hey, yeah, we could beat the Saints. Boom, injuries. Boom, they take us by surprise. You know what I'm saying? Like, you cannot sleep on the Saints. You cannot. At any point, sleep on the Saints, or they will manhandle you. They've done it before, and they will keep doing it. Any teams to sleep on them, they will manhandle them. Whether they've got Winston, it doesn't matter. You've still got a lot of weapons in New Orleans. And they all bring the competitive fire. They bring it each and every week. How do you think they keep winning divisions and keep winning games as many times as they have under Sean Payton? Dude, I'm telling you. Most important thing is injuries. Keep those guys healthy. Going to the chat. Corey McKinney, right. But having such a horrible quarterback helps us a lot, Winston. Yes, it does. I definitely predict one pick from J.C. Horn in that game. He's going to be trending up in the first few games. So if you're running a fantasy team, I would definitely consider putting him on the team for the first three to 4 weeks. After that, then our schedule gets a little hairy. So, speaking of which, if you would like to be involved with the Yahoo Sports Keep Pounding Fantasy League, let me know in the chat or in the comment section if you're watching this on VOD. And I will get back to you with the link for that and get you in. Currently, we still have all 11 spots open. Nobody's really jumped on it. So if you guys want in, we'll just be playing for free. We're not playing for any rewards this year since they're not doing autographs. But I was planning on doing autograph giveaways, training camp booklet autographs, like we usually did before COVID hit. So, we didn't have this contest in place, though. It's brand new, but they did used to have those autograph booklets, and you can get autographs after training camp practices are over. So I was going to try to give those away to people, the top 3 people in the U.S., that win in the league. I'm not doing overseas, but I will do U.S., and I will pay for shipping as well for those, as well as a signed letter. We'll crank that up next year, since we'll see if they're still doing autographs next year, and if they are, we'll crank that up next year. But if you guys just want to do it for fun this year, please do let me know. We'd love to have you. And show off your football knowledge. So, Corey McKinney says, God, I hate the Saints more than any other rival by far. I agree with that right there. I agree with that. Don't even get me started. Don't even get me started. Dude, why do we allow the Saints players to film a music video in our locker room? In Boa. That's all I'm gonna say on that. Y'all fill in the blanks on why else I might hate the Saints, but it ain't no secret though. But Saints fans, y'all are welcome here, man. Y'all are always welcome. It's the team I don't like. You feel me on that? Man, we welcome all fans of any team. Come on through. We love you guys. But I'm a Panther fan through and through first, so. But I respect everybody. And it's nothing but love up in here, man. No matter who visits and where you're from. So. let me give a shout out to somebody in particular. Hold up. I got y'all. Well, I got people in chat here. Who is it that? Oh, here we go. Shout out to RHM Sports Memorabilia, North Carolina. You know, you want to get your hands on some signed merch? There you go. I saw that in one of the Facebook groups, and you know the prices are fairly balanced. They're fair, and yeah, Anthony Pastic is running that page. So if you're interested in that, let me know. And we might be able to get you hooked up with some Panthers gear here soon. Let me see. Let me read the post on this. Okay. Yeah, let me read off a couple of these prices for you guys, so you guys have an idea. You got the Brian Burns ones, jerseys signed for $100 per jersey. You know, Perryman for $80. You got Shaq Thompson with the signed pictures and stuff like that. You got the signed helmets, $250, $225 there. Christian McCaffrey is $235. I mean, this dude's got some cool stuff, man. Go check him out. But I'll leave the link for that Facebook group in the Facebook chat here. Give me one sec. You know, also put that in YouTube chat as well if I can. There you go. Alright. I don't know if it's going to let me put it in the YouTube chat. So I had some issues with that. One second on that. I may be able to. Yeah. I can. One second, and I'll get that for you. Let's see. Hey, shout out one more time to the merch people, man. They do such a fantastic job with all of the merch that we have seen thus far. Yeah, I've been in the team store, and it's been really cool seeing some of this gear and everything else. So there you go. There's the Facebook link for it. Well, it's not letting me post it. I don't know. I don't know why, but anyway, check the Facebook chat for it, I guess. It'll be in there. Sorry about that. For the people watching on YouTube. I guess Streamlabs is being a little wonky when it comes to that. That does happen. But yeah, let's go over a few of the observations I've had today. here's something I want to mention. The offensive line looked really, really solid in the drills after the false start. They ran this drill to see with I think it was either the D line or the second string O line, where they tested them to see if they would flinch. And that's exactly the drill we need to see a little bit more of, because we've seen a lot of false starts lately. And, it's not to the point where it's alarming, but Matt Rule was not happy about it on Monday. Among many other things he wasn't happy with, but that was one of the things he highlighted. I wasn't there on Monday, but, I will say, last Monday. Last week. But that drill, if we could see a little bit more of that, that would be great. I think if we start to really fix that problem, then we won't see it in regular season that much. We got to be disciplined on the offensive line. We got to be consistent. We got to be strong and dominant and not flinch once they're set. And yeah, I don't care how much noise is out there. I don't care what kind of stadium we're in. Yeah, we gotta stay disciplined. And that drill will help a lot with that. So, to the chat here, $100 for Burns is almost unfair to him. They usually go for $150. Yeah, exactly. That's why I say these prices are more than fair, man. I love seeing all the prices that this man put up for all this stuff. And honestly, I might even buy one from him at some point here soon. I'm thinking about it. Like, I've been looking at like some Jeremy Chinn stuff, and I'm like, which one should I jump on? 'Cause I do want something signed, and I want it in a glass case for my new studio. That I'm building within the next 2 years. So, yeah, it'd be real nice to have something beautiful like that sitting in a case, right? You guys would love to see that, right? Derek Brown was bad about his first month as a rookie. Did you mean to say mad? Bad about that. Okay. What was he bad about? Oh, false starts. Got it. Gotcha. That's funny because he wasn't even that bad in Alabama about it, but once you get in the NFL, I presume it gets a little tougher. These guys, particularly the veterans, have learned a few tricks to try to get you to jump on the offensive line. The longer they're in the league, the more tricks they learn. So, I would presume that's the case. So, I wouldn't be surprised to see at least one or two false starts from Derek Brown. I wouldn't be surprised to see it from any of the offensive linemen really that are rookies coming in preseason in Indianapolis. I mean, we haven't exactly ironed out this issue yet, and until we do, we're gonna see them. So, I think we got one more day of hot, blistering sun training camp tomorrow to try to iron that issue out before we go into the cold weather up in Indianapolis. But they'll be doing some of that stuff in the dome, possibly. I don't know where they practice up there. So, y'all have to tell me if you're Indianapolis fans, where where do they do the training camp at, and what's the weather like up there? So back to YouTube with the chat. Were the wide receiver David Moore and was the lineman David Moore that bad to get dropped? And what jersey are you wearing? 48? Yeah, I am wearing Stephen Davis's jersey from back in the day, man. It's a retro. Figured I'd break it out, have a little fun. Yes. It was hot out there, man. I wanted something cool, jersey wise. I figured this was a good fit, and it's nostalgic, And you said they got dropped. What do you mean dropped? Did they get dropped from the roster? Is that what happened? Did they get cut? What happened? What do you? I don't see these guys getting cut, man. I don't see either one of them getting cut, so I don't know what you mean by dropped. Yeah, man. Stephen Davis, the running back from back in the day, man. You don't remember him? You might be a newcomer, man. Guard David Moore was cut. I don't think the wide receiver was. Yeah. I was going to say, because David Moore, the wide receiver, has been playing really well in training camp so far. So, but the guard David Moore, okay. Yeah, see, the transactions are not showing any cuts. That's the thing. Oh, okay, there it is. There it is. I see it. I see it. And we waived Austin Larkin as well, the defensive end that was injured. We waived Ventrell Bryant. We waived Oscar the punter. Don't care about the punter. We waived the fullback Mason Stoke. I saw that a while back. And that's the most recent ones that we've cut. And we just activated Steven Sullivan, the tight end, off the COVID list. So now we got, that's got to be 4 tight ends now, right? We got Ian, we've got Tommy Tremble, we've got, I know there's a third one. Maybe it was 3 tight ends. Maybe it was. That punter said he don't care about you. Good one. I mean, hey, before I continue though, I will have to say this. Punter position is a way more important position than people think it is. It can be the difference, in field position in games. And it can win you, it can cost you points. So, let's go to the YouTube chat here. QT0 says, I've only been a fan since 2006 or so. David Moore was released. Guard the lineman. Okay. Jordan says he saw me out there. Cool, man. How many games am I going to? I'm actually not going to any games, but I will be at the camp practices for sure. I'll be at tomorrow's practice, the 17th, 18th, and 19th. So both the joint practices, you'll see me out there. Feel free to say hi, man. As long as I'm not filming, just come up and say hi. Yeah, I'm very approachable, so. QT0 says I'm going to week 9. But that David Moore, though, he could be our backup center. Speaking of backup center, there was a backup center. because Paradis was taking the day off on Sunday. They were talking about him. It was Eflin, wasn't it? I want to say it was Eflin. Jordan, you're going to all of them at home? Nice, man. That's what's up, man. Yeah, I was looking up the prices for those home games, man, and the New England one is like over $100 for the cheapest ticket. Sheesh. Yeah, I believe it was. Let me see here. Yeah, it was Pat Eflin. They put Pat Eflin in as a backup center because Paradis wasn't there, and apparently he did pretty decently well. You know, could we have found our emergency backup center? It's possible. I mean, I have to take a look at him at center, as well as guard positions to be able to tell you. But I'd love to see it. If the coaching staff happens to be paying attention to these streams, please do try him out. I want to see him because I never got a chance to see him the day that y'all put him in there. So I'd like to see it. Maybe do it during the preseason games. I'm cool with that too. Let's just see what he can do. Just play around with that a little bit. QT, you're in California. Wow, man. That's a lot. That's a lot. Okay. Jordan says, I got season tickets in the 100 section. It's very hot out there. I had to get Italian ice. Yeah! Shout out to the Italian ice stands out there, man. I hope y'all make a lot of money. That's awesome. I haven't bought anything from them, but it's awesome though that they have that out there to cool people off. You're talking like 92 degrees, 93 degrees. Shoot, man. What, 2019? You're looking at like what, 96 degrees? It was hot out there that one year. Whew. My goodness. That's why they start scaling the practice times back for that specific reason. And if you're a player, you got to watch out for cramping with that too. Because that heat can definitely do that to you. 3-0 start, maybe? Yeah. Jordan, I can see it. I can absolutely see it. Jets still our future center. Yeah. Yeah. Hate to see it, man. Hate to see it. Corey McKinney on Facebook chat says Tremble is 1/2. I think he will play some fullback. Interesting. Yeah, shout out to Corey McKinney, man. He comes up with some amazing comments on here, and it really makes you think about stuff and makes you look at certain things in a different angle than you did before. And I got respect for that right there. I could see it. I could definitely see it, Corey. QT0 says 9-0 start. Oof. I don't know about that, man. Saints won't have Michael Thomas and Will. You don't want to sleep on them, though. You don't want to sleep on them, Jordan. Definitely not. They got a lot of weapons still. Any updates on Keith Kirkwood and David Moore injuries? Keith Kirkwood is on the concussion protocol. David Moore, I don't know. Is that a new injury? Because I didn't see... like I said, I wasn't there on Sunday, so I don't know if he got hurt on Sunday that I didn't see. how he got hurt. And I didn't hear any updates on him. So maybe let's check the injuries. Check the injuries, maybe. The actions, maybe. Because if there's an injury, it's gonna show up in the transactions. Okay, you got injured today. Well, that's interesting because I didn't see anybody really go down with an injury today. Or if he did, maybe it's like a minor strain or something like that. I don't know. I didn't hear anything yet. So if you hear something before I do, please let me know in the chat. Because I would like to know about that too. Jordan Williams, is Marshawn Lattimore playing? Oh, you're asking him. Okay. Marshawn? I have no idea. That's a different team. Okay, Jordan says yes. Got it. Okay, now we're going to talk about the elephant in the room, PJ Walker. And I know I'm wearing people's ears out with PJ Walker. But it needs to be talked about. Today, he actually improved. I've got a positive notes on him today. Very positive notes. And I didn't get film on the last 11 on 11 drills that he did. You know, it was a 2-minute drill. And he played really, really well. I saw a couple of hospital passes. You know, they were way too high. You know, but that's not unusual for PJ this training camp. When he's throwing deep balls. Even some medium passes were overthrown a little bit. But the thing I'm noticing with PJ and Will Grier as well is that they're using the tight ends as kind of a security blanket. And, I mean, that's okay up to a certain point. But we got to start spreading the ball around, you know? And that's one of the things Cam did well in 14 and 15 is he spread the ball around well. And it paid off. And you saw yards after the catch, you saw a lot of different playmakers get involved in those 2 years. Because we were able to open up that playbook and really stretch things out. Mostly because we had a really, really solid offensive line that led to the quarterbacks being safe and able to take that time to throw those passes and look for those receivers and spread the ball around. But the problem being with not being able to spread the ball around is if you rely too much on that security blanket and you get some really good solid linebackers like we're going to have with Baltimore is going to test us a little bit. There's a couple of teams that will test us a little bit with linebackers and that's going to slow that down. So then what are you going to do? You got to have those medium passes be on target. You got to have those deep balls be on target or you're going to be in trouble. And PJ is a game manager, and that's the problem. While that's also a good thing, you know, you put the ball in the hands of a talented wide receiver, a running back, what have you, and they get yards after the catch, that's great. But the problem is these defenses get too used to that. You saw that last year with Teddy Bridgewater, you know, and that's a problem. That's a major problem. So you got to be on target. And PJ's accuracy has been worse up until today. I was satisfied with it today. I was satisfied with a few of the passes he made during fan day as well. But I'm still seeing those hospital passes, and I'm not liking it. So my question is, can he do this 2 days in a row? Can he do it 2 days in a row consistently? Can he do it 3 days in a row consistently? Can he do it 4 days in a row consistently? Then you start to develop a positive pattern. Now, I took some film on him, and we're gonna look at that in a little bit. But the main thing I want to watch is his footwork, his technique, his arm. You know, how he turns his body towards the receivers to throw it. Those are the main things I'm looking at, because those are going to make all the difference in how accurate you are as a quarterback. And I don't know whether it's the happy feet. I don't know whether he's turning his body enough or not. I don't know what it is. Because it's interesting, because the passes that are on target, the good ones, it's no different from the same footwork and technique and everything else that he was doing when he was overthrowing it. So maybe it's his arm? I don't know. Y'all tell me on that one. We'll watch this film together in a little bit, and you can tell me what you see. Because maybe you'll spot something that I don't. And I've been looking at him for about, 7, 8 training camp days, and I'm still not seeing what's causing that. You know, and I've been watching him after the practices too. He's been throwing it to a random wide receiver, after practice. And when there's no pressure on him, he does fine. He won overthrow in those. And I was like, So maybe it's the pressure? I don't know. Beats me, man. So let's check out this YouTube chat here. So Lattimore got suspended, huh? Wow. What'd he do? Yikes, man. Okay. Beating the Saints, definitely then? Ooh. I don't know about that one. The Real Zero. I don't know, man. You can't sleep on them. They got a lot of weapons still, and I think that's where the injuries are going to start happening for us during regular season. I really hope I'm wrong about that, but if you've watched our history and how things have been with injuries, that's how it's been, man. I hate to say that's a pattern, but it is. Jordan Williams says, we're at home during that game from this team is starting fast and scoring with the ball. Yes. You love to see that. Zero Chill says, we got to at least beat out our division rivals to have a fighting chance for the NFC playoffs this season. And I'm going to say this again. We need 9 to be in the hunt, 10 to secure a wild card spot. That's the best we're going to do based on this roster. Because if you look at December is absolute cage match. It's going to be horrendous. We got the Bucks twice in December. Are you kidding me? The defending Super Bowl champs? Oof. And they're only getting better. That's not what you like to see on your schedule when you're trying to make a wild card spot even, that could derail us. I'm not kidding. That could, because right around December, the start of December, we are actively fighting for a wild card spot every year. And there's always that one game just short of December or at the beginning of December that derails us. I don't like that schedule. I don't like that part of the schedule at all. We play Pittsburgh week 3 of preseason. Yeah. Tom Brady gone after this year. I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that. What's his contract actually? I thought it was 3 years. Maybe y'all could tell me. I thought it was 3 years. I want to see our defense dominate. Absolutely. Zero chill, you're definitely going to see that, man. That pass rush looks dominant right now. The defensive tackles look solid. If we can get everybody healthy at linebacker, we're going to eat. For real. These boys are hungry on D. They're hungry. You could tell every practice day they're hungry. And the offense made them look a little bit better than they are last week on Monday. But, take it for what you will. Today's practice is an accurate one of how good our D-line is. That's an accurate idea. Let's see. Chat in Facebook says, from Corey McKinney says, let me start by saying I'm not wishing injury on anyone, but if anyone hurts, Tom Brady, it'll be out. Defensive line. Yeah. Brady's only got a 5-year contract. It's till he's 47. That's all I know. Yep. Accurate. I thought it was either 3 or 5 years. Thank you for that. So, Teddy Goofwater. Defense gonna dominate. Yup. Do you think we'll sack Zach Wilson week 1? Oh, yeah, absolutely. Spider Burns is on the hunt. 5 sacks from the Panthers in week 1. I'm going to safely say 3 at least. 1 from Brian Burns at least. I think 2. If we get Perriman healthy, that's 3. I don't know about 5, but we'll see. You never know. Derek Brown might get 1. Are you speaking about Sam's mechanics or PJ? PJ's. PJ's my guy. PJ's mechanics have been very questionable. Sam's have been fine. I have no problem with Sam Darnold at all. He looks great. I hope we start week 1 with sacks and turnovers. We started off slow last year. Yes, agreed. I felt like Obata was getting there, but he just wasn't getting the sacks. I mean, he was so close. He was breathing down these guys' necks. And it's a shame to see him go. Because I felt like if he had just a little bit more help on the in pass rushing and a little bit more help on that line, it would have really upped his game. So, let's see, 12-5, Jordan Williams. You think 12 wins? Really? We'll see. I'm not ruling anything out at this point. It's too early. But I'm going to say 10 max right now, based on what I'm seeing. but I'm leaning towards 8 because of the injuries in our injury history. And I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong for once. But when I am wrong, it benefits us. It always does. Okay. Zero Chill says, I'm not scared of the Bucks. I can't wait till we face off. Yeah, wait till we get to December, and then you might want to rethink that one. Because Tom's going to be in his element. And at that point, they're going to be freaking rocking and rolling. So, I don't know, man. Speaking of Tom Brady, did y'all see that report coming out of Tampa Bay where he got pissed off at the offensive line and cursed him out? That was hilarious. Man, I started out the stream with that, but that was hilarious. That's what you like to hear from your division rival right there. But I mean, as an offensive line, you cannot be lazy. And as we keep telling these guys in camp here in Carolina, man, don't beat ourselves. And that's one of the ways you beat yourself, by being lazy and giving up sacks. So we'll see. I mean, I have hope for this offensive line. I do. I can't believe Madden ranked us second worst team in the league. I know, right? I pointed that out last stream, and I was just like, what? I was like, what is this? I mean, naturally the Jets are last, but really? You're going to put the Lions ahead of us? Dude, the Lions. The Jaguars, who got one win last year, ahead of us too. But I don't understand. Please help me understand that Madden rating. That is ridiculous. Man, y'all know I play Madden on the off stream. Y'all know I do. I live for that, man. That's fun. But speaking of Madden, how much do you think Tom Brady's punt number is going to go up in the next Madden game? Yo, leave a number. The man punted a 45-yard punt. How do you think that's going to go now? That was funny, dude. He's like one injury away from retiring. Yeah. I think Denzel Perryman is injured also. Yes, he is. Unfortunately. We'd love to have him back. Yes, 12 wins. Okay. Tell me where you see the 12 wins. Which ones are they? I'm curious to find out. 2-1 at least first 3 games. I'm gonna say 3-0. I'm gonna say 3-0. I'm ambitious. I'm gonna say 3-0. And I'm a gambling man in that way, man. I think we don't have Drew Brees. We don't have Michael Thomas. I'm willing to gamble that 3-0 right now. You can put me on record as saying it. PJ Walker is going to end up going in if something goes on with Sam, as much as y'all claim Will Grier is better. That's from Tracy's Baby here. I'm going to petition heavily for Will Grier at number 2. I'm going to position heavily. He's earned it. I mean, he's had an excellent camp so far. If you've been watching him throw, I mean, the guy rarely misses. He's been on target with everybody. Yes, he's been using the security blanket of the tight ends a lot, but he's been on target. You can't argue that. And with me, I'd rather have accuracy than overthrows. On deep balls. I'll take accuracy all day long. Yeah. But again, we'll check out some of that film and you tell me what's going on with him. I don't know. Burns is getting that golf cart. Burns is getting that golf cart. Oh my god. Yeah. Even the Jaguars are ahead of us in Madden, man. What is that? Not buying Madden at all. Yeah. They underrate our players all the time in Madden. You guys notice that? Like, every time. Even Cam Newton, when he first came in, got underrated a little bit in certain areas in Madden. I was just like, what? I watched him in camp. I know he's better than these numbers that they gave him back in, 14 and 15. I know he's better than those numbers. Even, come on. Yeah, exactly. The league has a vendetta against Carolina. Let me tell y'all something. I was at 4 games during 2015. They did not want us to succeed. They hate this team succeeding so much that one of these fans, or one of these groups of fans, brought an actual banner to, I think it was the Eagles game. Could have been the Packers game. And, God, man. It was just pure saltiness. And I'm like, can y'all just not do this and just let us enjoy our year? We worked hard for this. We've put in our time. We've earned it. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about it this way. When you work so many hours of overtime and you're expecting that bonus check to be fat and it's not, and you go to the manager like, what gives? You put in the work. You went through the training camp. You went through, come on. Come on, man. Show us some love on the major networks. You get like 30 seconds of coverage and that was it during 2015. I was just like, this is pathetic. I don't know what all the YouTubers at the time were saying, but to me, that was pathetic. I was like, why? And then you go on NFL Network, their station, and at the time I had Xbox Live, so I was watching a bunch of this stuff, the extra access off of NFL Live, and these people were talking this up a storm. I mean, it was positive stuff. And I'm like, so we get all that love on a paid network, a network that we got to pay extra for. But what about the national networks? Where is that love? Where is that love at? Meanwhile, you got everybody hating us in the comment section everywhere. In all the groups and everything. I'm just sitting there like, they hate to see us win. They hate to see us succeed. Y'all ever watch the movie Moneyball for baseball? It's like the Oakland A's rocking the system. They hate it when you rock the system. And when we rock the system, It messes everything up. You know, we were supposed to face Tom Brady and the Pats for a revenge game, you know, in the Super Bowl. Not complaining about, because it was still a check down, you know, masterpiece of a chess match in the first half. But hey, they have had a vendetta against us ever since. They hate us so much. Yeah, can't get. Yeah, you're not buying Madden? Okay, fair enough, man. Fair enough. Uh, well, we starting 9-0. I'm gonna venture to say 5-0 is a possibility, but I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, Corey McKinney says, let me read this message to you guys. To be fair, Pete Schrager, or whatever his name is, might be a Panthers fan, and Nate Burleson shouts us out occasionally. Right. Right. Oh, man. Fax QT, yeah. Okay, Jordan, you say we're gonna get wins against the Jets, Saints, Texans, Vikings, Eagles, Washington, Patriots, Arizona Cardinals, Finns, Atlanta, and the Saints. Okay. Now here's where I got questions. I'm okay with the Jets, Saints, and Texans. Yeah, those are gonna be wins. That's not questionable to me. Vikings and Eagles are gonna be trap games. And y'all gonna throw some question marks at me on the Vikings one right now, because if you're looking at the quarterback situation, you're gonna throw some question marks at me. But look at all the other weapons that they have. This team's been building. You cannot sleep on the Vikings. You cannot sleep on the Eagles. Ever. Ever. Those are two very, very dangerous teams. Even if they're having a quarterback issue. So, you know, I still call those trap games. I think they're winnable games, but they're trap games. The Cowboys game is a questionable one to me too. I think we're gonna go head to head with the Cowboys. But yeah, Washington, that should be a win. Patriots is that game that we're not supposed to win, but we will. We always have that one game every year. Cardinals, absolutely a win. Cardinals don't have anything. They just have some wide receivers that just fade off into the background, but they're really good stars, you know. But other than that, what do they really have besides J.J. Watt, who kind of had a slow year last year? You didn't hear much from him in fantasy football. If you were watching his points score in fantasy football, you would say that he's not doing anything. But if you watch his stats, you know, his NFL stats, he's actually doing a lot. But it's kind of a quiet year considering it was J.J. Watt. The Finns are one of those teams you got to watch out for around that time of the year. They've been consistently ending up about 8 wins, somewhere around there, fighting for a wild card spot. And I'm not going to ignore the fact that Tannehill's been playing really, really well. You can't ignore that. So we're going to face a challenge with Tannehill, I think. But I think our corners will be up to it. Atlanta's trash. The Falcons. The Saints. Come on, man. The Saints in the Dome. We've had trouble in the Dome. We've had a bad history in the Dome with the Saints. I mean, let's be real here. It's been ugly. Okay, so yeah, and then you go back and you look at this schedule with injuries. to star players. And it changes the whole dynamic, doesn't it? That puts it now at 8 wins as a highest possibility. If you're talking star player injuries, and that's been our history. Let's be real, that's been our history. And I hate to say that, but man, I want those 10 wins just as bad as you guys do. I want 12 wins just as bad as you guys do. I just don't see it with the injury history that we have. And the Saints is when we're going to start having injuries. The Vikings game, Cowboys, Eagles, that's where those injuries are going to start becoming a factor. And it's going to start hurting us. The fact that we don't have those players out there. And we need them. You know, we're already showing thin at linebacker. That's bad. Teams are already looking at our linebacker position like it's a piece of meat. That's not good. We got to get these guys healthy, man. And we got to get them healthy pronto. That's going to be running back central. They're going to be doing draw plays. They're going to be doing tight end flats. They're going to be doing all this easy stuff over the middle. We got to have Perryman and Shaq out there, man. We got to have them. I don't like where that goes from there if we don't have them out there. Washington isn't going to be a walk in the park, my boy. I mean, you say that. It could get interesting. We'll see. Tracy's baby, I mean, checkdowns aren't hard to miss, but which is what the backups have been doing. But to be fair, Sam Darnold has been doing the same thing. He's been, throwing it to the check down man, and it's been kind of like, okay, well, that's your safety net. That's okay, but we got to spread the ball around. I got to see it. I like Sam Darnold, I do. And we all know he can throw it downfield. We all know he can throw it middle of the field as well. Let's see more. Get those wide receivers involved. I want to see really what they can do. I've seen them in drills. I've seen them in 7-on-7s, but I'm not seeing the competitive fire on 11-on-11 when we're just checking it down. That's my problem with checkdowns right now in training camp. Yes, they are essential. They are. But so are deep balls and medium balls. You only use Panthers and Madden. Cam is not better than Dan Marino, my boy. I never said he was, man. I never said he was. We can beat Jalen Hurts. Yeah, we can. I think we can. I mean, the Vikings and Eagles don't scare me, but at the same time, it's like, okay, well, we can't just go in there and think, okay, well, this is just going to be an easy walk in the park win. We can't just sleep on these guys, you know what I'm saying? And the Cowboys have been loading up. Yeah, we can make fun of the Cowboys all we want in this chat, but I'm saying they've been loading up. Vikings suck. Yeah. But you can't sleep on them, though. Really, Duke Hopkins is retiring. Interesting. That's right. Tannehill is in Tennessee. My bad, man. My bad. That's right. It's Tua in Miami. I've been so focused on our training camp, I keep forgetting this stuff. My bad, guys. Forgive me for that one. But, I'm bound to slip up once, all these early training camp in the mornings, all the streams and videos and stuff. It's a busy week. It's a busy month. So kind of have trouble getting enough sleep, but it can mess with you. But yeah, Nuke Hopkins retiring. That's the first I've heard of that. Did you get that from a reputable source, my man? I'm highly interested in that because I am a Clemson fan, but I'm a Panthers fan first. So, to all the people that are against that, but I want the best 53-man roster we can possibly get, though. Panthers first, If that means we get South Carolina players, if that means we get Bama players, LSU players, I don't care. Best 53-man roster, period. And I've been talking up Shi Smith, and I've been talking up J.C. Horn. So, for all the South Carolina fans out there, there you go, man. But yeah, that's sad that Nuke is going to retire here soon. Because I was watching him during the spring games back in the day when he first started out in Clemson, and the guy was just a monster. Oh my God, he was a monster. When he went to the Texans, my heart was just happy because he went with Deshaun Watson, and it was just the combo was ridiculous. And now you got Trevor Lawrence and Etienne up in down in Jacksonville, man. God. In the first round, I love it. I love it. I'm telling you, give those two a couple of years and watch what they do. That chemistry is ridiculous. So, we got good bench players though. Yeah, we do. We do. We have a pretty good 90-man roster here. I think they what numbers do they cut it down to, and where? Is it the same way they do with Madden, or in preseason, or how do they do that as far as the cut downs? Because I'm actually curious to find out. I know when you have to have the 53-man roster by, but I don't know about the 70 or the 55. Yeah. And then there's the COVID, additions to the roster numbers too. So there's that they added in recently. We have depth on depth this year. Absolutely. We just gotta hope it won't happen this year with the injuries. Yeah, man, I'm telling you. Other teams will have injuries too, yes, but ours are crippling. Ours kill our season. When you talk about other teams that have injuries, you talk about, with star players, it doesn't cripple their season as much as it does ours. Because we have so many talented players on this roster every single year. And to watch them go down, and it kills our momentum. It kills any momentum that we get. Or even try to get. In some years. I mean, it's not as devastating as ours. Carter is solid, yeah. I think so. I'd have to take a little closer look at him tomorrow to be sure, but I think he is solid. Patty Fisher is about to start real soon. Okay. All right, bet. I'll keep an eye on them. We did destroy Washington last year, but again, they were kind of weak last year. I mean, look at their roster last year. It wasn't anything spectacular to write home about. But they had a few players, but it wasn't really anything that really stood out. Washington football team might have the number one defense this year. Now that's a possibility. Washington's defense has been solid. Keeping it real, man. Washington's defense is real, man. They're going to put the pressure on our offense. We got to deliver. You got to deliver. That's all there is to it in that game. Keep in mind we only won 5 games with. We won 5 games with CMC being out 13 games. True. He's not the crippling injuries I'm talking about. We can win without CMC. That's the thing. We had enough talent to win without CMC. That talent was healthy enough. And also you got to look at the competition we played against too. Cowboys defense is fast and young, just like ours. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Like I said, they've been building. Don't sleep on the Cowboys. Nuke Hopkins doesn't want to vaccinate. Oh, yeah. That's what it was. Yeah, he didn't want to vaccinate. Yeah. Yikes. Yikes. Nuke said if he gotta take the shot, then he out. Come on, Nuke. Do what's right for humanity, man. Come on, man. Why are you putting everybody else at risk? Be smart, bro. We stay drafting it out the sec. Okay. 55 players. Yeah, 55 players. Because it used to be 53, now it's 55 because of COVID. That's what it is now. Yeah. A shout out to Jack Painter that is watching on Facebook Live. Thank you for watching and checking things out on there. I am multi-streaming in case you guys are not aware to Facebook as well, so. Now, I think it is time that we start reviewing a little footage. We've gotten to that point here where I want to. First of all, I'm going to show you guys the DB coach. In case you haven't seen this video, you're going to like what you hear from this DB coach. Because he is very vocal. And he knows exactly what he's doing. This was from, let me see. Yeah, this one. I think it's this one. All right. All right. Here we go. And I'm going to turn that on. Boom.
What's up, Keep Rounding Nation? This is video number 4 in the series. We're watching 11 on 11 drills. Cam is in. Let's see what happens.
This is in 2019 for those that want to see Cam Newton. And I want you to pay close attention to the accuracy of
Nice.
Cam Newton on these short passes. Now we're going to take a look at PJ Walker. And you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about with the hospital passes. And do keep in mind that PJ's been throwing some weird balls lately. So here's
What's
one I
up,
want to.
County Crew? We're back today with the second video of today's training camp in day 10.
And there's that interception by
If you like the channel,
the
hit that like
linebacker.
button, hit that sub button. Hit that bell so I know.
You
And
got
comment
Sam
down
Darnold at quarterback.
Bounty.
Of course,
I'm gonna
Robbie's
guess
back.
That was a running back. They got that touchdown. I can't see from here.
I apologize for the bad quality because it was hot today in the shaky camera. You know, I don't have a tripod, so I apologize for anyone that wants me to have one. But eventually
Dump off
we will
pass
fix
to
that
Darnold.
down the road. So I want to fast forward to PJ. Where's PJ?
707.
I'll let you guys see one more from Sam Darnold here. Short passes, you know. Where is PJ? He's out there. Okay, here we go. Now watch his footwork, watch his technique, watch his happy feet
This
when he's
is what
trying
I
to
wanted watch.
throw these balls. Now see, that one was on
Nice.
target. That was great technique. That's what you want to see out of PJ. And
More of that.
notice on the bad passes, he'll try to set his feet twice, either two or three times, before he finally
That
settles
was beautiful.
into his back step. That's one thing I'm noticing. Watch his feet. 1, 2, 3. Yep. Yep, there it is.
Still overthrowing.
And he's putting too much heat on these
We're
balls.
in the day 10 technically. He hasn't improved. I don't like this.
And there's a later video that I put out today where he just throws an absolute
Come on, PJ.
two-fall way up in the air where the wide receiver has to go way up in the air to get it.
That's a drop.
Yeah,
That was
see,
not
that's a
open.
drop
That
right
was a
there.
perfectly
That
thrown
wide
ball. That was a
receiver
drop.
wasn't open, and the tight end was. So I had no problem with him floating that one into the tight end's hands, and it was very nice. It was very nice. That was a drop by the tight end. So
reps here.
you can't see much because of the angles. I can't get a better angle really, and I apologize for that. But
Nope, they got Will running a different type of drill. That right there. That now you're gonna see the difference between Will and PJ right now.
boom, boom, perfect strike.
That right there. That's what's setting Will apart from PJ.
Y'all see that? That's what I'm talking about when I say that Will deserves that second spot. You know, it's a dead-on shot right there. He's throwing it so perfectly. It's like boom, boom, zip. And I mean, Will has just been so good at doing that in training camp so far. You rarely ever see him miss. And he did a press conference, and answered a question where he said he worked with his dad, on his accuracy and stuff like that. And it's paying off. It really, really is. It's noticeable. It's highly noticeable. Like, you can't ignore it. And then you see PJ throwing hospital pass. I gotta see where that one is. It's not in this video. It's where they moved over to the furthest field from me. I think it's this third one.
What's up, Keep Pounding Crew? This is video
Let me
number
see.
4.
Let me see if I can find it real quick, and then I'll show you guys what I'm talking about when I say hospital pass. And if you don't know what the term hospital pass means, it means he throws it way high to where the wide receiver is put in a position where if he were to try to catch it, the defender would absolutely annihilate him and put him on a stretcher. Yeah, this is the one. This is the right video. Okay. But you're also going to see some decent passes from him too in this one. If you're watching the third video out of the 11. Day 11. I tried to get as much good footage of him as I could. I'm trying to see exactly where. I think this one might have been it. Yeah. This is that circus catch to Robbie Anderson. Okay. Okay. I'll show you guys in a second. Trying to find a very specific play to show you. I'm just sifting through this footage real quick. Hold on. I'll be right with you guys in chat in just a second. Okay. So you guys saw enough of the difference between a good pass from PJ and a bad one, right? You saw it to where it's like he's like dancing on some glass or something, like he's a ballerina, and then he finally sets his foot and just throws way too much power into the pass. And that was my first theory was, maybe that's the reason he's having so much trouble with accuracy. He's overpowering it with the footwork. And then I thought, okay, well, a couple days later, this is way back on, early on when I started developing these theories. Way early on last week, I was looking at him and I was thought, okay, well, then the throws that were bad were the same exact technique, same footwork, same everything as the ones where he was throwing it dead on target. And I was like, what? It made no sense to me. And y'all see what I'm talking about too, because like the only difference is the footwork. That's the only difference. So that's my running theory right now. Y'all can tell me what yours is, but that's what I think it is. Excuse the yawns, guys. Wow. I am a very busy man, so some days I don't run on much sleep. That's just a thing. Let's see if I can find that play. And I forget who came down. What the heck is that sound? It's not thunder. What in the world y'all doing out there? Darn. Y'all heard that too, right? The heck was that? The y'all do know it's August, right? You can't shoot off fireworks in August. There's no reason to. Wow. Hey, what's your at fan day? Then it counts. Okay. Well, that honestly was the weirdest sound I've ever heard. Okay. So now, what the heck is that? Y'all making me want to go out there and find out. Yeah, that's fireworks. That's fireworks. I don't know what these people are doing, man. Y'all are nuts. My neighbors are nuts, y'all. They wildin'. But yeah, the very specific play that TJ put Keith Kirkwood into the concussion protocol on, take a wild guess who threw that pass. I've been talking for, 10 days now about PJ's overthrowing the ball and hospital passes. Take a wild guess who threw it. So you gotta imagine PJ takes part of the blame for that, right? Nope. Gets off scot-free. No one talks about it. And I don't understand it. Because for me, I was there exactly when that happened. I saw it. I knew exactly who was throwing the ball. I knew exactly where that ball was supposed to go and where it actually was. He had to go up an extra 2 feet off the ground to try to catch this ball, and he shouldn't have had to do that. You know? Not that Keith Kirkwood can't do that. Not that these wide receivers aren't supposed to do that. But it puts him at injury risk, and it's a hospital pass. Granted, TJ takes most of the blame for that, because of the hit. But PJ should have never thrown that ball that high. It put him in a position to where he could have gotten put into a concussion protocol. If you solve the first domino, the next 2 or 3 don't happen. Point blank. And I've been saying this for years, guys. Now that we're finally fixing the line, now those dominoes stop. They stop. Because you fixed the first one. That rack never falls beyond that. And I call it a domino effect. Because that's exactly what it is. If your O-line does not protect your quarterback is at risk for injury. If your quarterback cannot do his job correctly, the wide receivers cannot do their job correctly. The tight ends cannot do their job correctly. Then your offense is dead. That reflects into the chemistry of the defense. All the pressure gets put on the defense. The defense starts breaking down. Piece by piece. Gradually. Until they get slaughtered. For points. Do you now understand why the offensive line is so important and so vital to this team's success? Every piece, every moving piece of this team connects to each other like a machine. It's like building a house. I put that video up last year, and I still hold true to those values, It's like building a house. If you don't have the foundation, where are the walls going to go? Where are the windows going to go? Where's the roof going to go? Where's the plumbing? Everything goes down. Everything. You had no support. It goes down. Your offensive and defensive lines are the key to building a successful team that is going to win a Super Bowl. Look at Andy Reid. Look at how he did it. Look at those offensive and defensive lines. You're going to tell me that any one of those players won that Super Bowl on their own? No, they had help. No one piece is more important than the other. And that's the thinking that starts to help you build a championship team. When we went out and we got pieces such as Deontay Brown, that's a building block for success. That's why I wanted tackle so bad. You have no idea. It drove me absolutely up the wall. And I think it was the Lions that took him. That was going to be our next Pro Bowl tackle. That was going to be the next Jordan Gross. If he stays healthy. You're looking at 5 years out of the man. That's a Pro Bowl tackle waiting to happen. And we missed him by 1. All because we had to have our revenge on Washington. In a game that didn't matter, we were out of the playoffs. Doesn't matter. But no, y'all just had to have your revenge on Ron Rivera. Okay. We got our revenge on Ron Rivera. Does that make you feel better now? Do y'all feel better now? I mean, This is what happens. One game makes all the difference. Been saying it. Every single year makes all the difference between 4 draft spots and us ensuring that we got Penei Sewell. Exactly. Ron got his revenge. Exactly, QT. We went after revenge, but we got revenged on. Y'all feel better now? Come on, bro. I'm not unhappy with J.C. Horn. Don't take this the wrong way. I'm not unhappy with J.C. Horn. We got the best corner out there, in my opinion. But that ain't where it starts. If you follow the domino effect method and how we have failed for 5 years, you know that Sewell was the pick. And those gosh darn Lions got him first. Oh, I hated that. Man. We could have gotten Lance or Emma reading with the Niners. Oh, trading with the Niners. See, here's the thing. No one expected the Niners to do what they did. No one expected them to go after Trey Lance. We knew the Jets were going to pick the wrong quarterback, which was Zach. We knew that. But the Niners threw everybody into a tizzy. They threw a wrench into the entire first round. I think the Cowboys got the worst of it. But hey, I'm not complaining about that one. But yeah, the Niners threw a wrench into everybody's system there. We had no choice but to go after Horn. That messed up the Broncos. They couldn't get who they wanted. So they got Patrick Surtain. And then it just went down the ladder from there. Domino effect. But Horn could be the new age Gamble, though. He could. He could. That's possible. I see it. You know? But do y'all see now how even just one weird move in the first round can affect everybody? It screwed up everybody. Oh yeah, they got Parsons. That's right. Okay. Yeah, they were totally out of the loop. They couldn't even get a corner at that point. They ended up settling for Parsons. They were so screwed. Oh wow. That was not a fun time if you're a Cowboys fan. But yeah. You see how those 4 spots make all the difference now? And again, like, do we really want to be that team that wants revenge, or do we want to be that team that is represented as we're trying to get better? We're not trying to settle for 8-8 anymore. We're not trying to settle for 6 wins anymore. You know, we want to be better. And the only way to be better is to take that lower draft pick. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, no, we had a shot at the playoffs. No, we did not. We did not at that time. To this day, I still don't understand those Panthers fans that were just like, we still have a shot when we were playing Washington. Even though we were mathematically out, it was proven that we were out. I don't understand how some of these Panthers fans' brains work. I swear to God, I don't. I love y'all, but bruh, I don't get it. Yeah, yes, we should. Yes, we should. We could have gotten number 4 draft spot. That would have ensured Sewell comes to us without question. That was our number 1 on the board. Everybody said it. You heard it in Camp Confidential. You saw it. He was our number 1, and it was the obvious choice. I mean, come on. And I'm not mad at Brady Christensen being our pick. You know, I'm happy we got Deontay Brown. I don't know how we got him that late, but we still got him, even after all that garbage trading that we did. But hey, it worked. I love Deontay Brown. I'll take him. I'll take J.C. Horn. You know, again, I'm not mad at the players that we got. I'm not at all. I'm happy with them. So, don't take that out of context, guys. Because I know a lot of people will try to do that. But no. How is... Okay. Is Darnold doing better? Yeah. I think he's doing better. You know, new environment. It's looking good. Based on what I've seen of him. I like to see him spread the ball out a little bit more than he is, but he's taking those security blanket passes, you know. But to tight ends, you know, get out of your comfort zone a little bit, you know. And that's what I'm saying to PJ and Will as well. You know, get out of that comfort zone, stretch that ball a little bit more. I want to see a couple more passes out there, you know. Push the field a little. Can't lose on purpose. Yeah, see, here's the thing. We wouldn't have been. Washington was trying to give us that game in every way, shape, and form. I don't know if y'all were paying attention, but Washington wanted us to have that game. They were just like, yeah, walk all over us, walk all over us, walk all over us. And we did it. We took the bait. We took that bait, hook, line, and sinker, knowing full well we were out of the playoffs. And anyone that wants to say we can't lose on purpose doesn't understand how the draft system works. And if you want to complain about how the draft system works, find a better system. Please find a better system. You want to go to the NBA lottery system? Is that what y'all want? Find me a better system than what we have. I'm not a fan of rewarding those that tank either, but find me a better system. Because look at all the teams that have used that system and actually come back out next year 8-8, 10 wins, 12 wins. I mean, look at the Titans. Look at the Browns. Tell me this system doesn't work. Tell me it doesn't work. Look at the Jaguars. They got Trevor Lawrence. They got Etienne in the same round. The system works. And you can't just say, oh, we can't lose on purpose, because at a certain point, that doesn't hold water. Yeah. Okay, well, bro. Trade Daddy did an amazing job of collecting and used 11 draft picks and making up for a Darnold trade in case it didn't work out. Well, true. We wanted Stafford. That's the thing. We wanted Stafford, and we should have included a player in that trade, I think. But nobody expected the Rams to go ham and just trade the entire kitchen. You know, and the bedroom too. No one expected that. That was the last thing I expected them to do. They were desperate. And I've never seen that out of them before. I don't know whether it was the fact that they were trying to really get rid of Goff or whether they really wanted Stafford that bad. I don't. It's hard to say, but we were this close to landing Matthew Stafford. And for a very, very good trade. That offer was absolutely beautiful from Scott Fitterer. I cannot even complain about that. I see zero problems with it. I would have offered the same type. We essentially only get Sam for a second round pick. Yeah, true. And that's how we made up for it. That is exactly how we made up for it, though. Yeah, so either way, I'm not really complaining. At first, I was like, I've seen Sam, and I'm just like, nah. And over time in camp, he kind of grew on me. He really did kind of grow on me. Because if you look at him in a different environment now, a little bit better line than he had in New York. Better wide receivers for sure. He's connecting back with Robbie again. He's got tight ends now. It's a better situation, a better coaching, better management. These guys are not going to mismanage him, I don't think. And okay, we can't give no first rounders, and we got 11 draft pick. Okay, so you're saying you're responding to what I was saying about the trade downs? Yeah, I mean, that's what I meant to say is, I'm satisfied with the trade downs, even though we did miss a lot of good players. But, it is what it is. And I'm shocked that Deontay Brown was still there. He was on my list from the very beginning. From the very beginning of the month. Even before I started film studying on him. Because I had already seen him against a few teams. Watching Bama games. I do watch Bama games every once in a while. So, yeah, it is what it is. Lions quarterback, can't even remember his name. Matthew Stafford. Stafford was the one that got traded to the Rams. Jared Goff went to the Lions. So, that was the trade. Honestly, that was the trade. And I agree it was what we offered. I don't necessarily say that Matthew Stafford's worth, the entire house that the Rams wanted for him. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, both are bad quarterbacks. Got it. Okay. Well, you have your opinion, I have mine on that. I honestly, Goff is worth a good chunk, but he's not worth what the Lions gave up for him. But management is what it is in Detroit. Same with the Jets. It is what it is. We can only hope that management stays where it is so we can keep running the Lions over. But, even one first rounder, yeah. Yeah. Honestly, I thought Stafford was worth a first round, in my opinion. But, after that, you could start negotiating with draft picks, lower end draft picks and stuff like that. What was my original offer? I said what? Y'all help me remember. I said what? Teddy and Will Greer and a couple of draft picks. Maybe I don't even remember. I have to go back and find it. But y'all know that I didn't request a first round with that trade offer. Even though I think Stafford is worth a first rounder, and I think Teddy and Will Greer together are worth a first round. You got to think package deals. You got to think package. And that's where things get a little bit dicey. Because when you start throwing in packages, it gets complicated from there. Because you got to think one team doesn't want a certain player, one team does, and you just can't find the middle ground. It's tricky. It is. But if you know what you're doing and you can find your way around it, it's like magic. Finding that perfect trade for the right offer. And I felt like that Lions offer that Scott Fitterer gave him was just about as close to magic as you can get. We were this close. Oh, I wanted that trade. God, I wanted that trade. I thought, okay, well, Stafford's real good, man. He'll take care of business for us. He's a tank. He's more of a pocket passer, but he's still a tank. He's accurate. And he'll take care of business. Yeah, this may not be the right system fit for him offensively, but we'll make it work, And then, that didn't work out. Sam Darnold came to us, and it's like, okay, well, this is where we are. I'm cool with it, We couldn't get that one. We got this one instead. And now, Sam's only worth the second round. Perfect. Works for me, man. Scott Fitterer is a trading wizard. I will say that. He's a trading wizard. I'm impressed. I did not expect him to get that many players with those trade downs. That many good players. But he used that board so brilliantly that he was able to pull a rabbit out of the hat at least once around. And that's tricky to do. That is really tricky to do. That's like those magicians that never reveal their tricks, And they do some really crazy trick and you're still trying to figure out to this day how they did it. That's Scott Fitterer. But, this team is what it is, and I like it. He built up a pretty nice crew here. Now we got to keep them healthy. We got to see what we can do with them. And yeah, they're a little bit ragtag, but hey, let's see what happens. Look at the 14 crew. That was ragtag too. But look what they did. Okay, I got a question for you guys. Where do you think KK Short is going to end up? Any guesses? I heard a few teams, but I don't know which one may land him. And two of them are the usual suspects. You know, you got Buffalo, you got the Chiefs, you know, where he first came from. And, of course, Washington as well. Washington and Buffalo are just sitting there like, let's get some table scraps. Let's get some table scraps. They're gonna drop some table scraps for us. And just sit there and beg for all our players that we cut. Look at their rosters right now. It's weird. It is the weirdest thing. We're sitting over here just like grabbing people from the Jets, and they're looking at us like, And then all the other good players that we got rid of, they are now in Buffalo and Washington. Because either we couldn't pay them, we wouldn't pay them, or they just didn't pan out. So now we're in that position, like, okay, well, where do we go now? But Scott said, no. We're building a 53. We're building a 53 with the most ragtag people. We're going to win with it. So let's see it happen. Okay. Okay, David Moore, offensive lineman. David Moore claimed off waivers. Whoa! We claimed him off waivers. To help me understand this move. This post just came out 3 hours ago. But again, it's by Sports Illustrated, though. Not Sports Illustrated, but SI.com. And y'all know I'm a little bit skeptical of SI right now. So I've read some weird articles from these people. So let's see what this is. Yeah, that's accurate, all right. No kidding. Monday evening, the New York Jets put a claim for Moore and was awarded him. What? I'm confused here. Okay, the wording here is interesting. The New York Jets put in a claim for Moore, the guard, David Moore, we're talking about here, and was awarded him, according to Field Yates of ESPN. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, this is exactly what I'm talking about. The wording in these articles is really sketchy from SI. I've been saying that for a while now. And I'm like, so did we claim him? Did we not claim him? Did he go to the Jets? What? I don't understand. I don't know, man. I'm gonna watch for the It usually takes like 24 hours for these transactions to show up on the main website, so maybe I'll check there tomorrow after practice and see what happens. I'll check before practice and I'll check after. Okay, Jets paid for our info. You know, if that's true. If that's true. We don't even know that the Jets claimed him, though. Do we? Is this article legitimate? Like, SI has just made me question, like, everything that goes on. Is this is the stuff they're printing actually legitimate, or is it? I don't know, man. I don't know. My thing is just check the official pages and the transaction pages. The transactions page will pretty much be accurate, but they just don't update it well enough. That's the only thing. If you want to know and ensure that these guys are legit, moved or signed or anything like that, any legitimate transactions, typically I jump on it pretty quickly if it's a legitimate source. And you'll see it on my page first. Well, I pretty much share it from other people's pages that are legitimate, but you get my point. When you see it on mine, it's legit. I'm always on target with it. So, every once in a blue moon, I make a mistake, and I will let you guys know and apologize for it. But 9 times out of 10, it's legit. I'll even go as far as to say 49 times out of 50 times that I post something that's legit. It's very rare when I miss. So, anyway, I've been streaming for about 3 hours here. I appreciate y'all, man. Let's get into some footage and specific players. I think that's what I want to do. Y'all saw the 4th video, so I'm going to get into the first one now. Wait. Okay, of the ones I posted today. Got it. Okay, so the first thing you're going to see here is the quarterback's drill. Now, again, pay close attention to PJ. Watch. Sets his feet, taps 3 times. Did you notice that? Let's roll that back. Right there. Did you notice that extra hop before he throws it? It's like he's trying to add more power to his throw.